Funky mix. Start sequence. Let's go.
This is the IVSUN T95 Plus. It's got the Android 7.1 operating system on it. It's got an AMLOC S912 octa-core. It's got 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of ROM. This one is nice because it supports not only 2.4 gig on Wi-Fi, but it also does 5 gigs. Most of them don't have that. It also has the gigabyte Ethernet port on it, which also most places don't have. This says it's 4K. Most of these aren't, so we're going to test it out and see. This one does come with a Bluetooth keyboard, which is also nice. It's another good reason to have it. This is like double everything, if not more, of a normal Fire Stick. So we're going to open this up and see what's in here. We're back. So you got a manual here, which isn't too bad. It's all in English. I mean, there is some other languages in there in the back if you need it. You got the Bluetooth keyboard. It does come with a little dongle that plugs into this. It's backlit. If you've ever used a Fire Stick and just used a remote to type stuff in, this is a big lifesaver. This is your typical remote. You could probably upgrade and get a better one if you want, but it works for this. Got your power cord, HDMI cable, and then you got the TV box. This has got a screen on here, so it lights up around the top here. The screen will show you what time it is. So you get your TF card slot, your second USB, your AV port, your HDMI, power port, your optical cable for sound if you need it, your Ethernet port, and your first USB port. I like the way this looks. Kind of looks like a honeycomb, little 6-sided hexagon. So we're going to hook this up. It's pretty light. It's got some vents on the bottom, some feet. So we're going to hook this up and see how it looks. Okay, so I got the box hooked up to my TV now. You can see it down there on the bottom left-hand corner. The LED lights flashing there. It's got a little clock on the front. It's got a couple little notifications on there to tell you the Wi-Fi's on and stuff. You can turn that LED light off or change the colors if you want. So you can see on the screen, you got the Kodi player, browser, all your apps. If you go in here and look at the apps, they have a few things loaded on here, but it's not terrible. They didn't put a lot of junk on here, a lot of stuff you're going to need. So there's your LED lights there. If you want to go in here and change that or turn it off. First thing you want to do is go into your settings and go into your network and find your Wi-Fi, or if you plug it in, then you don't have to worry about that. Put in your password and get connected, because this doesn't work unless you're connected to the internet. So you get the Google Store. You need a Google account for that, but it's the easiest way and the best way to download all your apps and everything you need if you want to play with that. So if you go into the apps, I did put the speed test on here. It is in the Kodi app, but I just put it on here to make it easier. So you can see how fast this thing is. Like I said, I got this hooked up to my 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and you can see this thing's got over 100 there. See, that's really good for Wi-Fi. This box is doing really nice. So 128 download, that's awesome. That's more than fast enough to run any movie or game or anything you want to run, or I'm going to run. So the upload speed looks like it's about 11, 12. So that's pretty good too. As you can see, I'm using the Bluetooth keyboard and remote. You can use it as a mouse if you want. Makes it a lot easier to do both of these. So if you go into Kodi, it's on here, but nothing's installed. You can download all the add-ons you want, but you're going to have to look that up, because if you go in here, there's nothing in here. So that's up to you if you want to do that. Everything's on YouTube. They show you how to do it, install it. They do have YouTube on here. About the only thing that I could watch right this second without doing something in here, so you can see what it looks like. See the video quality. I didn't see anything on here that lets you change the. So you can see that video quality is pretty good. That's 1080p. This isn't a 4K TV, but I don't think this is a true 4K code or Android box. Most of them aren't, so you can check that. I don't think it is. If you really need it, you might want to check before you buy this one. But you can see the quality on that is good. This thing loads really quick. I think it's pretty awesome. So we come down here and look at some other stuff. I don't know what's on here. This was a near miss on a drone fly with a helicopter.
Yeah, but this time it was almost a direct.
Again, you can look how good that quality is. Like, here comes the helicopter. Boom. And how fast that loaded. This thing's awesome. Especially if you compare this to the Fire Stick. There's no lag. This thing's just moving. Some pool. Look how fast that loaded. If you really are looking at an Android box or Fire Stick, I'd go with the Android box and get the keyboard. So if you're looking, this is the way to go.